the treatment of air passengers has been atrocious. You mentioned people sleeping on the floors of our airports. The cancellations, the delays, the way that air passengers have been treated, both by the government and by the major airlines, has been nothing short of shameful. And I think everyone in this meeting has seen this firsthand, traveling through Canada's major airports. Now, your government brought in with great fanfare the Air Passenger Bill of Rights, or the APPR, which was supposed to have air passengers' backs. Now, can you tell me with a straight face that those regulations have protected air passengers over the past year?
Mr. Chair, let me just also thank all of my colleagues for their well wishes.
Minister, I only have 6 minutes. I've got a lot of questions for you. So
okay, well, I'm glad you have a lot of questions, and that's why I'm here,
for sure.
Mr. Bachrach. Look, as I said, governments for decades didn't do anything about passenger bill of rights. We did something. We took action, and these regulations protect passenger rights. Currently, the CTA is going through several complaints, or thousands of complaints, that passengers have submitted. I want to encourage, let me just state unequivocally, it's unacceptable to see passengers sleep on the floor at airports. It's unacceptable. And while I want to avoid speaking about specific cases, as you can imagine, because I leave it up to the CTA to examine the merits of each case, but it's unacceptable, and there are standards that make sure that airlines fulfill their bargain. And CTA is responsible for going through these complaints and adjudicating them. And I am confident that they will do everything they can to uphold these regulations and to ensure that the airlines fulfill their end of the bargain.
Minister, what is the current backlog of complaints submitted to the CTA?
I am not 100% sure, but I think it's about maybe 15,000.
Okay, last time we checked, it was 18,000. The service standard for the CTA is 20 days to resolve a complaint. How long is it currently taking the CTA to resolve a passenger complaint?
Mr. Bachrach, the recent budget in April included an additional $11 million to the CTA to help them deal with their backlog. Now, the backlog has also increased. I recognize that. And I can assure you that my personal commitment and our government's commitment to continue to work with the CTA so they have the resources they need to address the backlog. The work that the CTA does is incredibly important for confidence in our aviation sector, for protecting passenger rights. And we provided additional resources, but I know that we need to continue working with the CTA at ensuring that they have the resources they need to address and clear the backlog.
So, Minister, let's say there's roughly a backlog of 18,000 complaints before the CTA. How many complaints has the CTA resolved over the past year?
I don't know the answer.
Of jurisdiction. You've brought to this meeting a number of officials from different agencies. Why didn't you bring anyone from the CTA?
Look, Mr. Bachrach, the committee can invite whoever they want to. The CTA is a quasi-judicial independent body that adjudicates complaints independently. It is really important that the government supports the work of the CTA, but also avoids prejudging the outcomes of their decisions. So, and not to appear to be dictating to the CTA how to decide on the complaints that they have before them. So it is really important to respect the independence of the CTA while supporting them in fulfilling their mandate.
Minister, do you agree with me that the treatment of air passengers over the past year has been inappropriate? Has been atrocious?
Mr. Bachrach, I said clearly there have been examples that were reported on in the media that were unacceptable and should not be tolerated. Again, I want to avoid speaking about a specific issue, not to prejudge the outcome of a CTA examination, but there have been horrific stories in the media that have been